Well, hello there. Yay. Welcome to the Sacred Pathway Academy podcast with me, Allison Rozelle. I am the spiritual empowerment coach and Usui Reiki master healer and teacher of the Sacred Pathway Academy. That's my school, y'all, in case you didn't know. So I am so excited that we are here with a new season of podcast. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I thought I'd deck out in my red, have some little red accents going on. I don't know, it just felt very like root chakra today. So yeah, and my earrings say love because I'm all about the love. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about coaching. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, y'all, because a lot of people have it twisted on what a coach is actually supposed to do. Now, it's different kinds of coaches, and we'll break that down. But before we really jump into this message, let's go ahead and pull us a card. Let's pull from the African Goddess Affirmation cards by Abiola Abrams. For those that have been following me for a while, y'all know this is the very first deck that I ever purchased. So it's always an honor when these cards call out to me, excuse me, to be used. So this is for all of our highest good. Okay. Give us a quick shuffle here. Shuffle a bit because I haven't used them in like a few weeks. I think that'll do it. What we got? Okay, I love it. This is the Goddess of Power. Yes, and they got the red in there, yo. So it says, I have more power than I ever thought possible. I have more power than I ever thought possible. And this is Bastet, the Egyptian goddess. It just made me just feel like I have to do that. The Goddess of Power. And let me just go ahead and read what's on the card, because on these cards, there's a whole like lesson there. So it says, are you living from your definition of power or someone else's? What parts of your life bring you the most passion, pleasure, joy, fun, and happiness? What if you believed that you were fully deserving of all good? Own your power. Tune into this thought with the power of Bastet, Egyptian cat goddess. That is a beautiful, beautiful card, especially for this here lesson that we are going to teach today at the Sacred Pathway Academy podcast. Because yeah, you're at the Academy's podcast, so do you think you're not gonna learn something? Oh yeah, you going to. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about coaching. So, okay. So it never fails, right? People will like talk about being a life coach, using life coaches. Why do you need one? What do they do? What is the point? This is just somebody that just wants your money and all this old stuff. But pish posh to all the negativity, because coaches, life coaches, serve an important purpose, as you'll see in what I explained to you, for those who are in need of that service. Now, does that mean that everyone on earth needs a coach? No, maybe not, but I don't see why everyone couldn't stand to have some sort of coaching. And as we break down coaching more and more, as we go through this, you'll begin to see and understand why I feel that coaching can actually be beneficial to a lot more people than the ones who are actually taking advantage of these beautiful services. So when you think about life coach, a lot of people also kind of romanticize the life coach, right? So there's three ways of a life coach. Well, we'll say can actually do four. So the life coach can help you with physical wellness or your physical well-being, right? Your mental and emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being, or your financial well-being. So there's different kinds of life coach. You know, if somebody just says, I'm a life coach, that's kind of broad because it's not really telling what exactly are you helping people with. Now, some people may say they help with many things, and a lot of coaches do. You know, it's not uncommon for many of us as coaches to wear a lot of different hats. However, it what we find is it makes it harder for the people who really need and want to work with us if we're being too general on what we do. So let's go and let's talk about coaches. Well, first, let me tell you my experience. Let's start there. So, when was this? It had to be like around 2015 when it happened. So, my journey began, as I've told my story many a times, that in 2014, my son graduated from high school, and I had a complete like freak out. Didn't know what in the world that I was about to do with my life because I was so used to being mommy, all of those years. My life was being his mother. So I was going through like an identity crisis. And this is also going to be something that I talk about in great deal in my upcoming book. Yeah, you heard right. I got my book coming. So anyway, I felt like I really needed something, but I just didn't know what. So as I began on my journey, and I'm giving like the brief synopsis of this, I came across a few different coaches. None of them really seemed to speak my language and speak to the heart of what I really needed. And then one day on a podcast, I heard a beautiful mocha colored, chocolatey, gorgeous goddess named Abiola Abrams. By the way, we just used one of her decks of cards. And she was speaking on a podcast, and that it was so profound to me because she was speaking in my language. She was talking as if she was speaking directly to me, like she read like my whole life in that podcast episode. And I just became very enamored with her. And so I started following her. And anytime I saw that she was offering something, boom, I took part of it. If it was a free masterclass, if it was, listening to her podcast, following her YouTube channel, all of these different things, I just really was like, okay, I really like her. I'm enjoying her. I was in her Facebook group, her free Facebook group at that time. And I just loved everything about that experience. So then the time came where she made an offer for one of the programs that she had, and I took that offer and I started working with her. And my life will never be the same because the way that she was able to reach it to the heart of me, right? In a very beautiful way. And ever since then, she has been a great mentor to me. And she's still my mentor. I look up to her in so many wonderful ways. But I give props to her because her coaching, her teaching, her guidance helped me to be able to step into my power, for me to be able to own my vision, to own my purpose, my life. So coaching can be very profound if the person who is taking part of the coaching, who is invested in the coaching, does the work, right? It doesn't work if you don't work it. That's with anything. Whenever you're doing something to and make an improvement on your life, whether it's dieting, if it's getting exercise, or changing spiritual routines and rituals and all that kind of stuff, it only works when you work it, period. If you don't work it, it's not going to work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, like I said, so many people have it twisted as to what a coach is doing for you. So I want to jump on in here so that way, as I'm going along, I can kind of speak on all this, okay? So first and foremost, what does a coach do? And then what do they not do? So this list actually is going to have both, what they do and what they don't do. So first and foremost, a coach is someone who holds space for you. Holding space, when it comes to being a coach, essentially just means, and I'm looking at my notes, is basically helping you find your own answers to whatever the issue is, basically helping you find your voice and you find your way. So when you sign up to work with me, I am not going to give you every single answer that you are supposed to do. Why? Because my divine assignment and your divine assignment are different. Now, can I give you advice on, how my experiences are? Absolutely. But the point of this coaching thing is for me to challenge you to go further and deeper than scratching the surface, because most of the time we scratch the surface. We're afraid to go deep. We're afraid to look behind things. It's kind of like, when my son was little, he would say, "Mama, I can't find, my book or whatever." And I'll be like, "Okay, so where's the last time you had it?" "I don't know." "Okay. Did you look under your bed? Did you look in your closet? Did you look, out on the patio? Did you look in my room? Where did you look?" So sometimes I would know where the book was, but I wanted him to find it because he's the one that misplaced it. So I would tell him, and a lot of times I didn't know. If he was missing something, I didn't know where it was. I knew where the possibilities, because usually if he lost something in his room, especially, it was most likely under his bed or buried in his closet somewhere. But the point is, I would tell him, you need to go and look under stuff. It's not always just going to jump right out at you. You're going to have to move some stuff around. You're going to have to shift some stuff, pick some things up, throw some things away, declutter, right? So that is what a coach does, is we're holding the space. And as a spiritual coach, I'm doing it in a way that is more on a spiritual level, and especially if you want to go deeper, I do energy healing. So energetically, we're moving things around, we're shifting things, we're picking stuff up, we're throwing things away. I'm guiding you in that sense of, if you're looking to step into your power, think about where's the last place you had it, because you've had it before, but somewhere you lost it. And my job is to help you find that power. Where did you last see it? Where did you last have it? Let's go back to where you lost it. Did you lose it when you were 16 years old? Fine, let's go back to 16 years old. Let's see what happened. And then that way we can build from there. So no, I'm not going to give you all of the answers, because a lot of the times, if I'm giving you all of the answers, then I'm robbing you the opportunity of experience, which gives you wisdom. I'm robbing you of the opportunity to hear from God, spirit, goddess, whatever name you give. I'm robbing you the opportunity to work with your ancestors and your spirit guides. So I'm not going to give you all the answers, because truth be told, I don't always know them. I don't. It's flattering that people think that coaches have all the answers, because a lot of times we don't. What we're trying to do is, just like I said, we're trying to help you do some discovery within your own life and your own self to find those answers, because we were all born with everything that we need inside of us. Do you know that? We were born with everything that we could ever need in this journey already inside of us. But we need help in learning how to locate those things. And so that's what we as coaches do. We're helping you on a fact-finding mission, right? The fact that you are powerful, the fact that you are intelligent, the fact that you are healthy and can return to that healthy self, the fact that you are abundant, the fact that you are all these things and so much more. I'm helping you rediscover them and find them. So that's why I said, treat it kind of like what I did with my son. Where did you last have it? Let's go back and let's go find it, right? So that's what holding the space is. We're helping you, guiding you, teaching you, loving you from that space to help you in finding those answers that you need. So the next thing that a coach does, we're a cheerleader. Yeah, like if I need to go and buy some pom-poms and go rah, 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 I will do it. And those that know me and have worked with me knows I will do it. But yes, your coach is your cheerleader. We're cheering you from the sidelines, kind of like how, a coach for like a basketball team. And this time I'm sitting and thinking and reflecting on watching my father when he coached basketball or when he coached soccer, and how he would be from the sidelines yelling instructions and telling them, no, go over here, you go there, da, 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 da. And he's looking and he's telling and he's signaling things. And when they do something, he's clapping his hands. He's like, yes, good, good. And he's encouraging them from the sideline. And when they come over to him and they need like him to tell them what to do, he's giving them instructions and what they're supposed to do. And at the same time, he's being encouraging to them, right? So they remember who they are, and he turns them around, pats them on the back, and sends them right back out there. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what a coach is supposed to do for you. Like I said, no, it's not a done for you thing because here's the thing. I can't go through your journey for you. I can't clean everything up for you to where you'll never have nothing else happen ever again, and everything you'll just go skipping off into the sunset and all will be well. Yeah, I can't do that for you. I'm powerful. Don't get it twisted, but I ain't that powerful. I'm not that powerful. And I wouldn't even want to sell you on that I'm that powerful. So no, no, no. But I'm going to stand on this side and I'm going to coach you. I'm going to clap for you. I'm going to cheer for you. I'm going to yell, no, go that way. I told you you're supposed to go that way. So that if you ever looked at like football or basketball or anything else where a coach is standing on the sideline giving instructions and guidance and everything, that's what life coaches do. That's what we do. The next thing that we do is we give you accountability. Yeah. See, sometimes many of us, we set out to do certain things, but since it's only us, we won't follow through. So then, how many of you are part of team not follow through? I'm raising my hand because just because I'm in this position don't mean I'm exempt from having those same energetic blocks of not getting things done, procrastinating. Oh my God, procrastination. Oh my God, procrastination is such a horrible thing. And so many of us do it. But see, here for me as a coach, I'm here to stay on you and be like, you and I agreed that you were going to do X, Y, and Z. What have you done? Okay, you got X done. You started Y, and Z is sitting over there somewhere in La La Land because you ain't even thought about Z. You got on Y and you got hung up on your perfectionism, or you started procrastinating, or something triggered and scared you. So now I gotta bring you back, and we gotta figure out another way so that we can complete X, Y, and Z. So I'm holding you accountable. If we're sitting there in our coaching session and you're saying that this is what you want to accomplish, then it's my job. That's why you're paying me to make sure that you do. And I'm going to do this by giving you guidance. And again, since I'm a spiritual coach and I am a Reiki practitioner, we're going to do some Reiki, some energy healing. We might do some breath work. If we have to do some tapping so we can get some stuff, cleared out. Okay, let's do it. Let's tap on it. Whatever we got to do. But I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm not going to let you give up on yourself. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire because that's what a coach does. I'm going to do it lovingly, but I'm going to do it sternly because this is what you said that you wanted. If you didn't want it, you shouldn't have hired me. But because you did hire me, my job is to now hold you accountable. Is to now make sure that what you said that you're setting out to do, that we can get it done, that we can create a way for you to get it done. And by the way, getting things done, check out my new one-on-one coaching program called Get Shit Done. A lot of us are procrastinating and we're not getting things done. Go to the link that's going to be in the show notes and get yourself in that program. If you know you are team procrastination, you have a hard time getting stuff done, let me whip you into shape and help you get stuff done. All right. Okay. So I'm holding you accountable. Again, I'm doing it from a place of love. I'm holding space for you in my heart, and I am praying with you and for you. I am lifting you up. I am encouraging you, but I'm also telling you, baby, it's time for you to shit or get off the pot. Let's go. We don't have time to waste. You have a deadline. You said you wanted this. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's go. So accountability. The next thing that coaches do is we help you with goal setting. So if I'm going to hold you accountable, first, I got to show you how to set a goal. And I got to show you how to do it in a way that makes it achievable. We help you create those SMART goals. Remember those? The specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, or relevant, depending on which one you're looking at, time bounded. We help you with that. I help with that, especially in my program, Get Shit Done. Yeah, we're going to set a goal, and then we're going to break it down, into digestible bites so that you can get things done, that you're not getting overwhelmed, that you're not giving yourself reason to procrastinate, that we're not, sitting and getting hung up on perfectionism and all those self-sabotaging behaviors that hold us hostage and keep us from thriving. The life coach, particularly this life coach, this spiritual empowerment coach, will help you with goal setting, thus being able to hold you accountable. Because remember, you are a goddess of power, and I'm here to help you tap into that power. But we got to set some goals. I got to hold you accountable for those goals. I'm going to cheer you on, and I'm going to hold space so you can get there. That's what a coach does. Now let's talk about the thing that I wanted to say that a coach is not, because people get this twisted. Now, sometimes some coaches can be, but a lot of life coaches are not. Coaching is not, I'm gonna say it again, is not a replacement for therapy. I almost got a quicken like at church and start speaking in tongues because it's so just facts. It's not a replacement for therapy. Don't ever, 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 ever use coaching as a replacement for therapy. It's not. Now, are there some therapists who are also coaches or coaches who are also therapists? Yes. I actually am friends with one. However, most people who are, whether they're a certified life coach or not certified, and they're still a life coach, because you don't necessarily have to have certification to be a life coach, by the way. But if you are a coach, most of the time, you are not a therapist. We are not therapists. I'm not one. And as a matter of fact, when we get on our coaching calls together, if you have an issue that I feel like you need to be sitting on somebody's big comfy couch working that out, I'm gonna tell you, you need to go see a therapist, because that's a lot deeper than what I can do. And I'm gonna stay in my lane. Because I'm not going to profess to say that I can help you with something that I know good and hell well I cannot. Now, do I love, because some of my clients, and I love them for this, some of my clients have a therapist and I am their coach. I love that. And the reason why I love that is because the therapy and the coaching can work together to help the big picture, right? Because that's what it's about. The coaching can totally complement the therapy. Totally can. And does, if it's done right. But then it's also up to that individual who's receiving therapy and coaching to do the damn work from both. And don't try to pit your therapist and coach against each other. Don't do that. Don't do that. But my therapist, and then you tell the therapist, well, my coach said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad juju. And it's not going to work out well for you. You want to have, if you're going to have a coach and a therapist, you want alignment within the both of them. You want alignment, because that's what's going to help you find the necessary balance. If you've been following me for a while, you know that and I've told you balance is not this. It's not even Steven, no matter what bull crap they've sold us. It's not. Balance flows. Balance moves. There's an ebb and a flow. There's an up, there's a down. There's a all around like this. And for those that are listening on audio, I've got my arm waving around. And that's what balance is. It flows. It flows. If you have this, that's death. That's the of death. That's straight line, right? We don't want that. When you're in the hospital, you don't want flatline. Flatline means you dead. What you want is the up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, because that represents life. In life, there are ups and downs. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But the point of all that is we want to find flow. So being able to have a therapist that will work with you and understands that you have a coach that you're working with. And the three of us are able to work together, even though the coach and the therapist usually never meet one another. But still, you meet with both of us. So you make sure that there's alignment so that there can be flow. And in that way, everything that your coach is helping you with, everything that your therapist is helping you with can all work together for your good, because that's what we have in mind, your highest good. And if your therapist or coach does not have your highest good, that they only care about your money, that they only care about, stuff that's superficial, get another one. Find somebody else. Because there are therapists and there are coaches. Right now, let me talk about coaches. I'm not going to pick on therapists right now because I personally am a big fan of therapy. Big fan. And I'm loving that there are more therapists of color out there now. Yes. I could have used you 20 years ago when I started, when I needed therapy because of my depression, but I'm glad y'all are around now and more visible, so we know. But as far as coaches are concerned, are there some shitty coaches out there? You bet your bottom dollar there are. But there's shitty people in every profession, if we want to keep it real. But don't let that be a discouraging thing that keeps you from hiring a competent, capable person who can help you reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach. So me as a spiritual empowerment coach, I am here for the people, for the women who have that divine calling on their life, but they just don't know how to get started. They don't know what they're supposed to do. They have so many blocks that's keeping them from hearing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm here. I'm here to give you Reiki, to teach you Reiki, to show you how to channel that energy, how to use it so that you can go out into the world and fulfill that divine calling. I'm giving you readings. I'm giving you breath work. I'm encouraging you. I'm doing these things and helping you set goals and holding you accountable, holding space for you. I'm cheering for you. I'm doing all these things that I just discussed. So when you look at what I'm offering, you can say, okay, I can work with her. So I wanted to make sure that I broke this down because I'm tired of hearing people get it wrong and get it twisted as to what a life coach is supposed to be. And I'm using the term life coach because that's the one that's most commonly used. No matter what title of a coach that a person gives themselves, what it all boils down to is we are all life coaches, period. End of story. That's what it is. I'm a life coach. My fancy schmancy way of putting it, of being a spiritual empowerment coach, that just tells you my specialty. But when it's all said and done, I'm a life coach, and I'm proud to be one. I'm proud to be it. And I'm wanting to be that for any woman who wants me to be their coach, for any woman who feels right and aligned, who hears my voice and says, oh my gosh, she's speaking to me. I need to work with her. The woman who is ready, willing, and able to work with me. Those are the women that I want. And it could be you, or it could be somebody else. But whomever it is, you know the sound of my voice. I know you, and you know me. We are one and the same in so many ways. That is why we are magnetizing to one another. So, okay, that is what I wanted to share. I wanted to give that because again, people are getting it twisted, and I want to dispel a lot of BS when it comes to the life coach. So, if you're on a platform where you can leave a comment, like YouTube, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Did I help you learn a little something about being a life coach? Did I maybe dissuade you from getting one? I don't know, but let me know. And for those who aren't on a platform where you can leave comments, follow me on social media and comment on any of the posts that I might have. And because I want to hear from you. I love hearing from you all, really do. Love when you all inbox me. Love when you comment on my posts and on my videos. It just gives me great joy because I love having a good conversation. So, all right, my loves. Well, this is it for this episode of the Sacred Pathway Academy podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Yay.